7 Things You Should Never Say to a Taurus, Understanding the Bull's Boundaries. Taurus is one of the most grounded and determined signs of the zodiac, known for their reliability, patience, and unwavering commitment to the things and people they care about. If you have a Taurus in your life, whether as a friend, family member, coworker, or partner, you know they bring stability and strength to any relationship. They are hardworking, fiercely loyal, and deeply appreciative of life's simple pleasures, good food, comfort, and security. However, beneath their calm and composed exterior lies a personality that is far more complex than it seems. Taurus individuals have strong opinions, a stubborn streak that can be almost impossible to break, and a deeply ingrained need for stability that makes them resistant to unnecessary change. If you push the wrong buttons, you may find yourself facing the legendary Taurus temper, which, while slow to rise, is nearly impossible to calm once unleashed. Unlike fiery signs like Aries or Leo, Taurus does not explode in anger at the slightest provocation. Instead, they simmer in silence, storing resentment and disappointment until they decide they've had enough. And when that moment comes, their reaction can be more intense than you'd ever expect from this seemingly peaceful earth sign. If you want to avoid conflict with a Taurus, it's crucial to understand their core values, emotional triggers, and boundaries. Here are 7 things you should never say to a Taurus if you want to keep them on your good side. 1. You need to hurry up, never rush a Taurus. Taurus people move at their own pace, and they do not appreciate being rushed. They are methodical, deliberate, and highly focused on making the best possible decisions, whether it's in their career, relationships, or daily activities. They believe in taking their time to ensure that they get things right, rather than making impulsive choices that could lead to regret later. Telling a Taurus to hurry up or just make a decision already is one of the easiest ways to irritate them. They do not respond well to pressure, and trying to speed them up will only make them more resistant. If you're working on a project with a Taurus or waiting for them to make a decision, the best approach is to give them space and trust their timing. While they may take longer than others, their choices are often well thought out and result in long-term success. 2. You're too stubborn, challenging their core personality. It's no secret that Taurus is one of the most stubborn signs of the zodiac. Once they have made up their mind about something, it is nearly impossible to change it. This is not just because they enjoy being difficult. Taurus individuals take pride in standing by their beliefs and refusing to be easily swayed by outside influences. Calling a Taurus too stubborn will only reinforce their determination to prove you wrong. They do not see their persistence as a flaw, instead, they view it as a strength that allows them to remain true to themselves. If you want to persuade a Taurus, arguing will get you nowhere. Instead, present logical, well-reasoned points and give them time to consider your perspective. Remember, Taurus is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty, so they are not unreasonable, just slow to accept new ideas. If you respect their process and show that you value their opinion, they may be more willing to meet you halfway. 3. You're boring, insulting their love for stability. Taurus values routine, security, and predictability, which can sometimes make them seem less adventurous than other signs. However, labeling them as boring is not only inaccurate but also deeply offensive to them. Taurus individuals find joy in life's simple pleasures, good food, a cozy home, meaningful conversations, and quality time with loved ones. While they may not be the most spontaneous sign, they are deeply connected to the things they love. They put effort into creating a life that is peaceful and fulfilling, and they don't feel the need to constantly seek external excitement. If you crave more spontaneity in your relationship with a Taurus, the best approach is to suggest new activities gently rather than criticizing their way of life. Once they feel comfortable, they may be more open to stepping out of their comfort zone, but only on their own terms. 4. You should be more open to change, disrupting their need for stability. Taurus thrives on consistency and stability. They work hard to build a life that feels secure, and they do not welcome unnecessary disruptions. While they are not entirely resistant to change, they need time to process and adjust before they can fully embrace something new. Telling a Taurus to be more flexible or to just go with the flow is likely to frustrate them. They take comfort in knowing what to expect and dislike feeling like they are being pushed into unfamiliar territory without preparation. If you need a Taurus to adapt to something new, the best approach is to present the change in a way that highlights its long-term benefits. Give them time to adjust, and avoid forcing them into decisions they are not ready for. 5. You care too much about money, undermining their hard work. Taurus is known for their financial responsibility and appreciation for material comforts. They work hard to ensure that they have a stable and comfortable life, and they take pride in their ability to provide for themselves and others. Criticizing a Taurus for caring about money is not only unfair but also deeply insulting. They do not see financial security as greed, rather, they view it as a necessary foundation for a good life. They believe that hard work should be rewarded, and they are not ashamed of enjoying the fruits of their labor. If you feel that a Taurus is overly focused on financial matters, try discussing your concerns in a way that acknowledges their values rather than attacking them. They are more likely to listen if they feel respected rather than judged. 6. You need to get over it, dismissing their feelings. Taurus individuals do not forgive easily, and they certainly do not forget. If they feel betrayed, hurt, or disrespected, they will hold on to those feelings for a long time. They are not the type to brush things off quickly, and they need time to process their emotions before they can move on. Telling a Taurus to get over it is one of the worst things you can say to them. It invalidates their emotions and makes them feel as though their pain is being ignored. They may respond by shutting down emotionally or cutting you out of their life entirely. If you have hurt a Taurus, the best thing to do is acknowledge their feelings and give them space. Apologize sincerely, and allow them to heal in their own time. Once they feel that you truly understand their pain, they may be willing to rebuild trust. 7. You're too sensitive, ignoring their emotional depth. Although Taurus is an earth sign and is often seen as strong and practical, they have a deeply emotional side. They feel things deeply, but they do not always express their emotions openly. When they do open up, they expect to be taken seriously. Telling a Taurus that they are too sensitive is dismissive and hurtful. They may not show their emotions in an obvious way, but they experience feelings just as intensely as any other sign. They value emotional honesty and want to be around people who respect their need for security and understanding. If a Taurus is upset, listen to them without judgment. They will appreciate your patience and support far more than any attempt to minimize their emotions. Final thoughts. Taurus is one of the most loyal, hardworking, and dependable signs of the zodiac, but they also have strong boundaries and deep emotional needs. Saying the wrong thing to a Taurus can cause lasting damage, as they do not easily forget words that hurt them. If you want to maintain a good relationship with a Taurus, respect their need for stability, appreciate their patience, and understand their emotional depth. By avoiding these 7 phrases and being mindful of how you communicate, you can build a stronger, more meaningful connection with this determined and steadfast sign.